Hi, it's so good to be back on Hungama Artist Aloud. And we're on Facebook, but you know what? We're also in Facebook. Yeah, we're at the Facebook office, not at the Hungama office. And it doesn't matter, it's the same thing. Hungama, Facebook. But I'm so excited. A lot of times we hear artists singing about, I'm sorry, um, or forgive me, and all of that. We've got one, really feisty artist. And of course, if she's feisty, she has to be a woman. Welcome, DJ Paroma.
So good to be back.
I know. And, I think it's really kick-ass to have a song called You're Not Worth
Worth
a
a
Sorry.
I think that's what everybody loved, because it had that a little bit of the edge, and not the stereotypical, okay, I'm sorry, you're sorry, it's okay. It's not just like that. It's something so different. So yeah.
Yeah, I think just the name of the song would make someone want to, literally figure out, hey, what's the song about?
It's a statement in itself. You
Yeah,
just say
yeah.
that and then you can whoop, go. That's all what I had to say to you. You don't deserve me anymore.
I remember when you came and you met us and you said that this is a song, and we heard it and we were
Yeah.
like, man, this is so cool.
Yeah.
But tell me, like I said, this is not an interview. This is a conversation.
I'm so
this
glad it isn't.
This is two friends meeting
Yes.
after a lot of time.
Mhm.
And then, meeting for something which is very interesting because every woman today,
Right.
is constantly trying to figure out how to position herself,
Mhm.
how to behave in front
Yeah.
of people, what will the other person say, what will the man say.
Right.
And in a lot of times, you hear the woman having to feel apologetic about what she's doing,
Yeah. Yeah.
And when you thought of writing or perform or creating a song like this, You're
Mm-hmm.
Not Worth a Sorry, what was in your mind?
So see, I just wanted primarily a track, the hook line especially, to be something that relates, one person to someone who's probably hurt them
Right.
at a certain point of time in their life, or
Right.
that could be because of a breakup, or just feeling sad, or not just between two people in a relationship. It could even happen amongst friends or
Right.
acquaintances or whatever. So I wanted a very strong, dominating hook line.
Mhm.
And I still remember when I went to Neeraj sir for lyrics.
Mhm.
And
When you say Neeraj sir, it's not Neeraj Roy, it's Neeraj
it's
Sridhar.
Neeraj Sridhar from the Bombay Vikings. Yes. So he actually, I had heard so much of him, just being so magical about lyrics, and he could just pen down or hum lyrics in a few seconds, and
Right.
you have an entire track's lyrics like right there.
Right.
I saw that happening in front of my eyes. I was stuck with the lyrics for about over 2 years.
Mhm.
And just because I couldn't find a good lyricist, and
Okay.
lyrics are so important in a
Right.
track, right?
Right.
When I went to him, he just started humming some lyrics on the melody, and I actually thought he's humming lyrics from some other track
Okay.
just to get the vibe or something. And it turned out to be original lyrics for my track.
Nice.
And I was amazed, and 80% of the lyrics were right there. Obviously, we made some alterations later when it came to a few words here and there, but otherwise. So he loved it, and I loved it, and the entire team was going all gaga about the hook line, saying, "You're not worth a sorry." It is, it sounds so strong, and like you could just give someone one tight slap and just leave. So yeah.
Yeah, sorry. No, you're not worth a sorry.
You're not worth a sorry.
But Paroma, tell me this: you started your career as a DJ. I mean, you've been a DJ for long. How many years? Now?
9 years and counting.
Wow. And how did that happen? I mean, how did you get about it? I think off camera we were just kind of discussing whether this was something you really thought you'd be doing, and you said no.
No.
Yeah. So I want to know how did it happen?
So I used to fly as a cabin crew for about 5 years. I flew international.
Oh.
And after a while, the whole job started getting very monotonous, and it was kind of brain dead for me. I wasn't seeing any scope for creativity.
Sure.
Whatever I was getting trained, I was coming and displaying it on a flight, and then that was about it. After a while, I think one fine day I just went and I quit, and I said I'm done with the whole aviation industry. I started getting queries from other airlines asking me to join them and as a supervisor, but I was just done. Then I joined retail for a couple of months. That didn't suit me either. Joined another company for client servicing. That didn't suit me either. And so by then I knew that I was just chasing jobs for finances. I mean, just money was what was on my mind.
Yeah.
And I said, it's not clearly working for me. I said, let me just try and take up something where I'm, something that I love doing and what everybody else would love. And music was always there since childhood. I have an elder brother who's elder to me by 12 years, and I grew up while I was lunching, before going to school and all. I was, on watching these English retro tracks on TV and MJ and Madonna and whatnot. And I was loving the music, you know. So I said, let me just try and get myself into music. Now, music again has so many different, departments rather. I said, let me try DJing, because DJing needs that energy and, the aggression and the drive. And I said, I think I can do it. So I just did a course for about 4 months from Bombay, and it took me about a year.
And you were living in Bombay then, or you?
Oh, I live in Thane. I'm born and brought up in Thane.
Okay.
I'm a Bengali, born and brought up in Thane, which is not really Bombay, but it's Bombay for me. I don't know what
Marathi येईल ना तुम्हाला?
Marathi खूप स्पष्टपैकी येतं मला.
Oh boy. Okay.
एकदम. So, and then I started a residency in Thane at a club, which never used to get a lot of people then.
Okay.
Now it is one of the finest clubs of Thane.
Tell me, and this was 9 years back, you said. So 9 years back, not very far back, but, a woman going into, a club and saying that I want to. I mean, was it easy to approach, or was it something that, how did you break through the first, opportunity?
Few years. So see, actually, even when I became an air hostess then, it was something where a family wouldn't let their daughter become a cabin crew for obvious reasons, where the daughter has to go away and live for days together and all of that.
Yeah.
Even for this industry, again, when I stepped in, there were just a few chosen ones as women who were DJing.
Yeah.
And after doing a bit of R&D, I figured that, okay, the count is still less, and this is my scope here, and this is my competition.
So you did your research before
Obviously, in the first few years, I was doing like a proper 9-to-5 job, sending out my profiles to various club managers and event organizers and owners and all of that, with an empty profile, because I had not really played anywhere before.
Right.
So that took like a good 1 year in itself while I was a resident at this club. But I used to, record my tracks and send it out.
How did the residency happen? I mean, that itself must have been...
Oh, I just spread the word. I had a few DJs who were my friends, and I just told them that I'm done with the course and I think I'm ready to start DJing live.
Okay.
Let me know if there's any vacancy anywhere. So one fine day, I get a call from one of my DJ friends, and he says that, there is this club in Thane, but it's just going to pay you like bare minimum, because you're going to be an assistant to the person there. I said, okay.
That's interesting. So what do you do as an assistant to a DJ?
Well, just fill in when he doesn't play.
I was just thinking maybe you just pass on the vinyl or say, okay, abhi ye play karo.
Wohi baki tha.
No. I don't know. I mean, it's interesting to know what an assistant does for a DJ.
No, so whenever he used to take breaks, or, he was tired, and I was kind of learning, because I didn't have a player at home, so I didn't, the only place I could learn to mix after doing my course was at the residency place. So.
And there was no resistance from home saying that ladki hai,
no.
Oh,
my mom is a Xavier Wright, and she's from Sapphires.
Right?
And she's like super broad-minded. She's never really stopped me from anything.
Nice.
And my brother is pretty open too. So he doesn't live here. He lives in Chandigarh, but it's just me and my mom, and she's pretty cool about it.
That's
all that she wanted me was just to come back and bring the family a bad name. That's all. Rest, you can do what you want, earn your respect, and do whatever with pride, and then just be happy. So.
And this whole course that you did, was it, because you primarily DJ Bollywood music?
Yeah, I specialize in Bollywood. Of course, I play other genres like deep house and hip hop and commercial music and all of that. But I am known more for Bollywood,
And I mean, 9 years back, that was possibly still a very new thing.
Oh, yeah.
How do you see it today? I mean, how do you see actually the way the DJ, I've heard it's kind of, the craze behind it has come down a bit. But at the same time, of course, those who are popular still have, their fan following and things like that.
Right.
But what do you think? I mean, if you look at new talent, what would you advise new talent? I mean, what should they...
when new talent comes in, I have so many questions from various aspiring DJs asking me if, I want to play electronic music and I want to play Bollywood music. And I just tell them, don't lock your minds to a specific genre.
Right.
You can do that a little later
Once you've
in your
established
career,
yourself,
once you
yeah.
established yourself.
Right.
Until then, just be open, experiment and see what works for you in terms of your bootlegs or in terms of your track list that you play, in front of the crowd. That's when you will figure out what you're enjoying to play and what the crowd is liking in terms of your mixes. So just give it some time. Otherwise, Bollywood just happened to me. I think my first album that I released, Epic Volume 1, then when I released that was a banger.
Okay.
And from then on, I think I started getting more popular as an artist who plays Bollywood music,
Right.
and getting called. And the money is
And
honestly,
this album was with whom? Which label?
Oh, that was a bootleg.
Okay.
That was an absolute bootleg
Okay.
album,
Okay.
like
Okay.
as a DJ.
Okay.
So it was very interesting because I had some very tracks. It was a mix of Hindi retro and some of Punjabi and some of tracks like Summer of '69 and everything.
Wow.
It was a compilation of all different kinds of music in it. So it was a super duper hit and people started loving it. And I still play some of those and I can see that people are recognizing that remix.
Right.
And it's a great feeling because it was my first album, right? And people still recognize it. So it was pretty much like that.
And then how did this whole roll out into you making it like a full-time career? And what was your next after the residency? What happened next?
So I got, after doing the struggle period for over a year or something like that, I got called from Chennai, this place called Candy Club, and they offered a Christmas Eve bash in 2011.
Wow.
And I took it up, but I was so nervous because it was a different city, different kind of people.
And Chennai with Bollywood is
no, I didn't go with the mindset of playing Bollywood because I was still in my initial phase then, right?
Sure.
So I did play a lot of commercial and hip hop and a little bit of Bollywood here and there. But when I entered the club, it was super packed, super packed.
Okay.
No, I mean, nice, yes. But I was sweating. Like, I had chills. I don't know what am I going to do here. It's a new city, and what if they don't like what I'm playing? What happens next? I mean, are they really going to bash me out? What's the outcome?
Right.
So I nailed it. I totally killed it that night. And I think the word of mouth spread really, really fast.
Right.
And I started getting calls. Slowly, like I was getting gigs maybe once in 2 months. That went to twice in a month, then 3-4 gigs in a month, and kept rolling. Obviously, the television shows that I did a little later.
Right.
One was after 4 years, one was after 6-8 years.
Right.
That gave me a very big boost as an artist as well. And
do you see television playing a big role today? I mean, with the digital boom that has happened, and in a lot of places there's cord cutting and all. I mean, do you see TV still playing a big part in?
Well, the ones who have been fans of some TV shows from the beginning,
Are still
especially
hooked on it.
our older generations,
Yeah.
I think they still prefer watching TV. It's us and the later generations who are kind of switching to digital and more of shows and games and tracks and all of that. So I think it's changing, it's evolving big time.
And what about have you performed in festivals abroad, with like any of the international DJs?
Not yet. Not yet. And I'm so waiting.
Okay.
I am really, really waiting. But I'm also giving it its own time. I don't want to rush and hurry. And sometimes, actually, I'll tell you what, Samini, everything has happened to me at the right time without asking for it.
Right.
So I just wait. Everything has come when it had to come. And I'm very happy about it. I'm very happy the way my career has shaped up and the path that I have gone by. And
So when you call yourself a DJ and a musician, I mean, what really excites you more? Is it being in a studio? Is it performing live in front of an audience? Or, I mean, what gives you that high actually?
So the best high is when you make your track in the studio and then perform live in front of your audience. And when you dish out your own track to see what's the reaction that the crowd is giving, that gives you goosebumps. So it's a journey. It's like when you take a baby from the studio to a live gig and then dish it out there and then see what's happening. And if it's like well accepted, then it's a very good
I think for a DJ also there are better chances of kind of testing out original content as against to a singer, right? I mean, because
singer definitely. Even in DJs, I think the resident DJs who play at fixed at a club, they have more chances to experiment. We go as guest DJs and we have a certain time slot, say 90 minutes, 120 minutes, or whatever the time is. We can't really experiment much because those 2 hours we have to kind of play all the bangers, one after the other. And then just get done. Unless you're playing an extended set or a long set, then you can, at the end, you can maybe play tracks which are not very popular, but people are still liking it or, whatsoever. So residents have more of scope.
And have you had a chance to get a feeler of the new single, You're Not Worth the Story?
Yeah.
I mean,
yes.
What's the feedback?
No, I have been doing, this is probably the best way. I think DJs are the best to promote a track, I think. Because
that's so weird, right? I mean, most people go to a DJ here. मैं खुद हूँ DJ. मेरे को किसी को पूछने की जरूरत नहीं है. Isn't that like the ideal scenario to be?
Yeah, tell me about it. It has really helped me because everywhere I have been performing after the single's out, I have made sure that I play it first on the screen, and then start with my live set. Correct. So people know it's me, people know I have sung it, and that gives a boost.
Now you have said you've sung it, which means you have to do 2 lines here.
No. You're not worth a story. There, the track. That's what the track is called, and that's what I'm telling you right now.
You put your foot in your mouth. I wasn't going to ask you to sing.
Really?
But you said, I have sung it. I mean, the audience has heard this. Achha, you had. Okay. That is fine. Yeah. So, honestly, guys, if you want to check out the song, it's available on all platforms. And we're actually extremely proud to have been instrumental in doing that for you.
Yes. I'm so happy that I could do this along with Hungama and Artists Aloud. And it's been an absolutely fab association.
Oh, sweet.
No, it's really great. I mean, everywhere, I've been seeing so much of promotions from your end and my end, and people recognizing. There have been so many articles that have, released with Hungama, Artists Aloud, me together.
Right.
It feels really, really good, and I have really been associated with you guys for a very long time now.
Yeah,
so
I know.
This is the best that could have happened for me, I guess.
I have to ask you this because I guess in everybody's mind that's the buzzword now. With this whole virus thing that's happening right now, we hear about so many concerts being cancelled and things, and we've also heard about concerts actually being live streamed.
Yeah.
Which is now the new thing. Which there were fashion shows being live streamed as well.
Yeah.
How do you as a DJ deal with the situation? I mean, nobody knows how long this is going to go on.
Absolutely.
And we're all literally on 10. Every time we go anywhere, it's like, sanitizer.
Yeah.
But how do you as an artist feel you're going to deal with this?
So it's very unfortunate. See, most of the times we are traveling, we are on flights. So we really have to take precautions there because that's something, especially the aircon in a flight is the worst because the same air that goes around in and around the cabin.
Right.
And for the ones who are low on immunity, so khatam, it's like really bad.
No, but from the fact that you have to perform to an audience.
No, that's true. So
I see yourself making a change in that, like.
See, I got a tag on Facebook today from someone, and it said that to all the DJs, please ensure that you don't take any requests anymore.
Oh God!
There's some random people coming and they're like on your face and in your ears.
Oh my God!
And you're like, okay, no.
Do you see yourself doing like a virtual concert? At least for the say next 3 months, God forbid.
Maybe, but how I wish that was my opinion. I mean, if I had to actually take charge of a concert or a festival, but then sadly I'm invited as a guest DJ, and I could at the max I could just suggest this to them. My Holi gig is still on. I'm not sure. I really hope it stays on, but again, for the interest of everyone's safety, if it gets cancelled, then I won't be too surprised. But I see a lot of events getting cancelled. A lot of events getting cancelled. I'm off to Chennai tomorrow. It's a club gig again, but I have to ensure that I don't come in, like physically in contact with anyone in and around.
No, I think it's just that we just have to pray that everyone's going to be a little, cautious and be aware of the fact that there's another human being around you, and hence, if not for yourself, even, or rather, if not for the other person, for yourself as well.
There's so many small things, like even if you wear a mask, we're fidgeting with the mask so much because it's not a very easy thing to be wearing a mask all the time. It's a very uneasy feeling.
There was a picture on Facebook, I have to tell you about this, where I think it was a lady from the parliament who was wearing it, and it was like below the nose, and the comment was like, what is she trying to
What's the
protect?
What's the point?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously,
So,
lady.
Yeah, so I think, guys, I mean, you want to do this, do it right. Otherwise, it really
do it
doesn't.
right.
Yeah.
You can't even afford to keep touching your mask very often because your hands have God knows touched where all, and then again you're fidgeting with the mask, again giving the germs access to
But
the
it's
virus.
interesting how something like this is impacting the entertainment industry in a big way, especially because all over the world, music and concerts has become like a mainstay. And it's scary to think that one will have to relook at that whole approach.
Yeah, it is.
So for all of us, we have to pray that somebody find the cure quickly and get it sorted.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, and I don't know how does this stop? I mean, because people are coming in contact, they're spreading it around. There are so many people on a Japanese cruise at the moment, and they are stuck there. And if they better not be coming back very soon because that's going to be like really scary. Again, small things. Yeah, who are you touching if you're using a hand sanitizer every now and then? And that's so many things.
So I mean, the only reason I brought that up was because I was really keen to get a sense of, as you as an artist, how do you see yourself being able to kind of get creative on that? And I guess that's something that...
I mean, see, it's the least that we can do, I mean, you can probably be saying it on the mic once, twice or whatever, I mean, just to create an awareness. But again, if people are not in their senses completely at that time because it's a party, how much is actually getting registered in their head is something I don't know. So again, how?
So when you think about it, the all the messages that have been going on, it says that, the sanitizer has to have a certain percentage of alcohol.
Yeah.
Think about it, the alcohol is inside.
Drinking.
Yeah, but anyway, I mean, coming back to your song, what's the plan next after this? How long do you plan to keep this song in the mainframe before you get to the next one?
Well, it's going to take a while because there's a lot that has gone into it. A lot of emotions, a lot of finances, a lot of time, energy, everything. So I'm still kind of getting over it, and it will take me some time. In the meanwhile, I want to enjoy my gigs and keep, passing this on to wherever I can in terms of social media, in terms of my live gigs or whatever. I want this song to just, be heard and seen and all of that.
And recognized.
Yeah. So I'm going to take a while, but I'm definitely going to create another one. Maybe in a year or something. I want this to stay until then. I don't want to, constantly be doing back-to-back tracks. And then this not getting its due attention.
All right, so great. It was so great to have you here, Paroma. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Somini. Thank you so much.
And as I said, if you guys want to say sorry, or you want to actually not say sorry, if you want to say you're not worth a sorry, don't have to say it. You don't have to look bad. Just use the song. So guys, take care, stay healthy, and thank you so much.
तू मुझको चीज है करता Just stop it stupid boy तू हर pretty face पे मरता Stop कि तू मुझको चीज है करता Just stop it stupid boy तू हर pretty face पे मरता Stop तेरे Bentley या Ferrari कि ना मैं permanent सवारी किसी और को साथ बिठा ले मेरी निभड़ी ना तुझसे यारी You're not worth the sorry. You're not worth the sorry.